Okay, thanks everyone. Good morning, and thank you very much for coming to our session. My name is Adam Frisch. I'm the president and CEO of BIM Mobility, or BIM Networks, and I'm here with my colleague Lou Diamond, who's running sales for us. In a few minutes, I'll introduce reintroduce Brian Mooney, who spoke this morning. He's a good friend and partner for our company. He's obviously the CEO of MCX. So BIM has made ACH at the point of sale, regardless of where the point of sale is, a reality. I think it's been something that the industry has been going after for a long time. But I think when we describe our company, we're a next generation payments and commerce company. And so when you think about what we're doing at the merchant side, we are guaranteeing transactions that we approve. We are settling those transactions very quickly, next day. And when you think about delivering secure transactions, that's incredibly important. On the consumer side, we've taken access to an ACH product and made it much, much easier to get to. So the historical 1 to 3 day enrollment process and validation process, we've reduced that to about 40 seconds in 93% of the cases, which is incredibly important. It's a dramatic improvement. It makes ACH real, not only on the back end on the transaction side, but on the front end on the consumer side. When you think about where we are and what ACH does, yes, it reduces costs dramatically. But as you're gonna see from this, and as you heard from Brian earlier this morning, merchants want a different experience with their customers. And it is so much more than just reducing transaction fees. It's a lot more than that. So imagine the platform that we've created. If this was the industry standard, it was about the merchant connecting with their customer. It was about payments being in the background, lower fees, allowing the merchant to focus on the relationship, investing in loyalty, investing in experiences, and customers being happier because they are getting rewarded for shopping when they use debit, when they use cash. Imagine if that was the industry standard. Now, if that was the industry standard, imagine I came to you as a merchant, and we define a merchant as anybody who wants to sell anything to their customers. It's not just supermarkets and pharmacies and QSRs. It's mobile network operators, it's operating systems, it's anyone that wants to transact with their customers. Imagine if you were a customer, if you were one of those merchants, and I came to you and said, I have a new way to pay for you to accept. It costs 2 to 10 times more than what you're paying now. It's about my brand and those of my partners, not yours. And it could disintermediate you a little bit from your customers, not only your brand, but also your data. If you were a merchant, would you accept that? The answer is obvious. So let's talk about what we're doing. As I said before, we are all about the brand and promoting the brand and getting the customer and the merchant closer together. Now, you just saw a couple things fly across there. On the top were dollar signs. Yes, it is about lower fees, but it's also about selling more. So when you think about the petrol industry, how they're reducing the price of a gallon of gas when you use a certain way to pay, and then incentivizing their customers to come into the store and buy something in the store by giving them a free refill on their mug or something like that, they are driving revenues. Think about all of the possibilities as a merchant. When you enroll in X Tender, powered by BIM, you get this, or get some of this, or get access to this, or try this. The possibilities are endless for merchants to do that, to complete it. On the bottom, you saw zeros and ones, which is obviously some data. And every merchant wants to be closely connected with their customer, and they want their data to remain their data with their customer. That's incredibly important. So this relationship between a merchant and the customer with their brand front and center is becoming increasingly more important. And for the first time, the mobile phone is enabling this to happen. So how do we do it? So on the customer side, everything about what we do on the customer side is about being fast, easy, and secure. We do not ask for social security numbers. We do not ask for ABA or DDA if the customer does enrollment the way we'd like them to do it, which is incredibly fast. And the other thing that happens is we'll show you in a demo in a second, when the customer is enrolling, they're giving a username and password. So there is an alias functionality to this whole thing, which is very much like PayPal. So people obviously feel secure about shopping with PayPal online. We create the same experience for them using their phones. On the merchant side, our approved transactions, as I said before, are guaranteed. Transactions are next day settled in most cases. If it's done before 3:30, we settle the next day. If it's after 3:30, it's the day after. And we can talk about security for hours, but all of our tokenization and encryption and all that kind of stuff makes our system incredibly secure. So let's go through a video here. Before we get to that, what we're doing is making the buying experience better for everybody. And we're doing it in a way that promotes the merchant brand. So when we talk about enrollment, these are some of our new announcements today. This is a 40-second enrollment. The customer is entering their email, they're establishing a username and password, which is kind of that alias functionality that I talked about, so they're not always handing over their checking credentials when they purchase. Here's one of our new things. We're scanning the back of driver's license, which gives us well over 90% of the data we need to enroll. The customer then enters their phone number, and this is another one that we're introducing today, how to enroll. This is how we authenticate and validate a user and connect that user to their bank account. This process took 41 seconds, and now that customer is ready to pay at the point of sale, or online for that matter. When we look at transactions, this is going to be fast, so try not to blink here. But these are promotions. We can do promotions on our platform. We have a 4-digit PIN here, and then you produce a barcode. Two things about our platform. One, it's not only a 4-digit PIN, we can also do, we're gonna roll out biometrics in the first half of the year. The other thing is you see a barcode here, but because of the way we enroll, our consumer information is not tied to the phone. So we are not tied to a secure element. So if a merchant says we have 1D, 2D barcode, terrific. QR, awesome. Beacon, we can do that. Text pay, no problem. NFC, great. We don't tell a merchant what to do. So just in the interest of time, Brian, if you can come up here, because everything that Brian talked about this morning is very much the way we think about it. End to end, with payments being the anchor, involved with loyalty incentives in the app, driving consumers to the app. What we do at BIM and what MCX is talking about and talked about today, it's in lockstep. So I want to call up Brian, one of our good friends and partners, to talk about ACH a little bit and what we're doing. Thanks, Brian.
So again, I echo on what Adam said. You know, as I mentioned this morning in the bigger room, you know, we're focused on creating customer experiences that are seamless for our merchants and for their customers to operate the best way. What we found with the BIM product, and as we've implemented it, like we've got it live running now in our merchants, is consumers are able to enroll directly through their bank through the bank process that Adam just described here, very quickly, easily, and securely. And it gives us a way to add ACH as a payment functionality into the wallet in a way that's much simpler than traditional challenge deposit withdrawal. That's still available as well through ours if people don't want to go through the process. So for us, it was all about customer experience. It's all about trying to drive a simpler, smoother process for our customers, our merchants' customers. And at the end of the day, adding that and being able to tag that along with the loyalty rewards that we're tagging along in our overall wallet, that's really what the winner is for BIM. So, you know, it's us looking for new solutions, new partners, new ways to do things, and saying we're going to try new stuff. We're not going to just do the traditional thing. So for us, it was a natural fit.
Thanks, Brian. So you saw how we're doing things today. Some of that functionality is available in currency today. Some of it is going to be coming out very soon. And the next time we come back here, you're probably going to see us have enrollment down to probably half of that 40 seconds that you saw today, given some of the things we're working on. So with that, I think I'm out of time, but thank you very much. Thank you, Brian, for presenting with us and offering your support. We very much appreciate that and all the involvement we've had from your merchants. So thanks, everybody.